The guy used both his hands to try and push Joel into some broken glass. But hold on, let me say this with my chest real quick. This nigga Joel hit a wrestling reverse move on a nigga who had him fully restrained. Ain't no way Joel is that cold. We might have to upgrade him. How the fuck you overpower a nigga using both hands with just your neck? This nigga is breeded different. And see, it only get more crazy from here. Joel ain't take a single L during this entire trip. He pulled up to they city and started clapping more cheeks than Johnny Sins during a pizza delivery.
Testicles and no shaft.
Oh yeah, that powerful niggardry at work here.
For years. Nah. Ain't no way we about to just glorify and symbolize Joel. Ain't no way we just gonna act like this man isn't the greatest threat to a normal society since, like, Twitter. Do you guys even remember what he did? Fuck what he did. Do you remember how he did it? This man Joel really be on his own type of timing. He is truly a dog out here in these streets, and nobody is gonna stop him when he gets started. Let's talk about where it all began. Before Joel was on his own type of timing, he was on the timing of somebody else. He was a carpenter, putting in work somewhere in Texas. He had a beautiful daughter named Sarah who cared about him very much. So much, in fact, that she started working the block so that she could buy him a bust-down rollie. Though he couldn't show it, Joel was proud of Sarah and eager for the future that she may never see. As the same night Joel was gifted his watch was the same night the military had killed his daughter in cold blood. This hardened Joel's heart. A man who was already known for his dog activity. A man who had already left a family with a kid to certain death rather than chance himself having the same fate. A man who was now broken. The next 20 years couldn't have been easy for him, but we know from just his first encounter that he was already on a different type of time. Some guy had broken his mask after getting stuck under some rubble and asked Joel for help by killing him. The kind man even left a bullet on the table so that you wouldn't lose any of your precious ammo taking him out. And Joel, of course being the kind Samaritan he was, took out his pistol and shot the drawer above him before taking the ammo, smiling and leaving? Oh, nah, bro, nah, no way. Why did he have to shoot above him? Like, bro, he gave this nigga hope just before immediately shooting it down. That's crazy. But the craziest part is that's not even close to the amount of fucks this nigga Joel doesn't give. Him and Tess, another dog out here in these streets, by the way, were outside looking for a guy that they told to hold their guns. So being the dogs that they are, they murder their way through his cargo ship and chase him into a back alley. Look at this man already. He know for a fact that they finna body him if he don't act right. So he just tries to get up out that jam. But Tess, see, that's a dog level combatant. She was already plotting the second she seen you was stuck.
God damn it!
Now take a look at how the two's timing aligned when Robert hit the floor. Without any noises or visual cues, both positions had already been taken. Joel hit the cut harder than a wide receiver, while Tess took the ball up the middle, interrogating Robert. Robert attempts to give them the runaround, but unfortunately, he is in the presence of two dog-ass niggas. With their time already being wasted, the two skip to part 9 of the police interrogation handbook. Out of pure survival instinct, Robert informs them that he sold their guns to feed his furry hentai addiction. The two are insulted, but understanding. Tess calmly asks Robert who he decided to give their guns to, but Robert makes the wrong decision.
I can't. Just give me a couple.
Who?
With his jerking arm gone, Robert had no choice but to inform them of who he sold the guns to. The Fireflies, a militia group ran by the people, looking to find a cure for the cordyceps virus. With a new target in mind, Tess puts Robert on a t-shirt and begins to theorize a way to find the guns, before the leader of the Fireflies just so happens to be... Oh my god, bro.
We won't have to look very far.
What is it, Peterson?
I'm not sure. I feel a disturbance.
The three travel to her safe house, collecting the package that they need to smuggle to get their guns back. But immediately, there's a problem.
Fuck away from her! Let her go.
Being the dogs that they are, there's no chance that they will be babysitting without at least half pay up front.
Fuck you, man. I didn't ask for this.
So Tess and Marlene, the leader of the Fireflies, check out the guns, while Joel and Ellie, the kid that keeps cursing at you, head to a safe house to wait. When they get there, Joel immediately falls asleep, not even giving Ellie a chance to speak. But she does mention the bust-down rollie that he has on, since it is iced out, and she is jealous. When Tess arrives, our protagonists head out to the Capitol building so that they can make their exchange. But the military had a different plan. They had finally gotten their ultimate after poking at them the whole day, and used sights to see that the group was making their move. They hid perfectly behind the truck and ambushed the dog pound before they could react. With no other options, the two dogs prepared for their moment to catch a homie. Like, for real, they had no doubt in their mind. Look at what Tess says.
Look the other way. We can make this worth your while.
Shut up.
She feels no fear at all having an AR pointed at the back of her head. But Ellie activated her Sharingan and attempted to prove herself to the group by initiating the attack. Even though it was pretty dumb, it worked. So the group finally continued. Wait, hold the fuck up. What the hell are we doing with an infected girl? With the truth revealed, the vibe changed quicker than an undercover cop getting caught trying to sneak into a car show. Guns were in faces and people were panicking. But it turns out that Ellie was actually immune.
No, everyone turns within 2 days, so you stop bullshitting.
It's 3 weeks.
Ain't no fucking way. Boy, I would have beat this motherfucking ass, boy. Ain't no...
But before a consensus could be found, 12 was back on their asses, and they had no choice but to run. But that didn't stop a dog like Joel. The pettiness was strong with this one. This nigga Joel does not say a word to Ellie for the rest of the trip. But see, Ellie a real one too, so she had to hit this man with the clap back eventually. He was over here trying to open up to her and talk to him, and she hit him with the 4th grade talk to the hand cause you don't got a man. This whole crew need to go to that therapist from Rick and Morty. Joel gonna have to pay the bill himself, cause we quickly find out that Tess actually got bit and she's already turning. And she gets Joel to see that maybe Ellie is the real deal.
This was 3 weeks.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Ain't no way, boy. I told y'all, boy. I told y'all, boy.
And like a dog, like a motherfucking goat, like a real ass nigga, Tess decides that she ain't going out like no bitch. She picks up the strap and gets the dumping on the military to give Joel and Ellie some time to escape. Taking down 2 soldiers with her. Like the realest, Tess died the same way she lived. A dog ass nigga. Let's all pour one up for the dead homie Tess. With morale low and the dog pound 1 seat lighter, Joel had no choice but to push on. He started a new strand called that military pack and then headed out to find someone who could get him a car. Their next stop was Bill's studio apartment. And after ducking and dodging through fucking traps like this was the episode of Looney Tunes or some shit.
Just watch your step, you'll be fine.
Ellie? Where'd that trap go? They ended up finding the man himself. Bill is
Okay. Now he's talking.
interesting fellow, but he is smart, I think. So they needed him to help get a car, and he knew the exact place they could get one. The most dangerous place in the entire city.
What'd I tell you?
Of course. So Joel carried his fat ass through the whole damn city, listening to him bitch and complain about every little thing while he argued with Ellie. They fought through the school and ended up in a fight with the most disgusting video game boss I have ever seen, only to realize that there is no battery for the car. After cooking this nigga better than a well-done steak, Joel further showed his capacity for devious activity. First, he sees a man literally hanging from a ceiling and seems completely uncaring or even unaffected at all. Like, most niggas see somebody like hanging from a ceiling like this and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Like, oh, this poor person. But Joel's dog ass looked and he smiled. Nigga was probably there thinking like, shit, I remember my first hanging. Come to find out, whole time, this is actually Bill's old homie. Not that it even changed Joel's opinion in the slightest. Maybe it's the old graphics, but this nigga Joel don't look very concerned at all. Luckily for the plot, poor Frank, God rest his soul, was the one who took the battery from the school. So we try turning it on and off again, and then we make our way to Philly. We in Philly, nigga.
Meek Mills.
Now off rip, we get another beautiful retelling about the story of savagery that a dog like Joel wrote in his heyday. We get to see his true colors unfold while the two are forced to travel through the city, since the traffic on the highway is almost as bad as normal LA traffic. This man of color, might I add, was in grave danger, mortal danger, worried and fearful for his life, my brother. He comes to us at a moment of weakness. And what does a dog do? What does a real nigga do in this situation? He analyzes him. He sized him up. Nah, this don't look right. Nigga buckled his seatbelt. Something a real one under clause 1738 of the Hood Bible could never do. And he floored that bitch harder than SpongeBob during his boating test. This man ran him and all his little looting homies to the ground. They thought they was running game. They thought they was the big homies, but nah, they ain't know that OG Miller been a dog in these streets for years. Some nigga grabbed Ellie while somebody else tried to kill Joel. The guy used both his hands to try and push Joel into some broken glass. But hold on, let me say this with my chest real quick. This nigga Joel hit a wrestling reverse move on a nigga who had him fully restrained. Ain't no way Joel is that cold. We might have to upgrade him. How the fuck you overpower a nigga using both hands with just your neck? This nigga is breeded different. And see, it only get more crazy from here. Joel ain't take a single L during this entire trip. He pulled up to they city and started clapping more cheeks than Johnny Sins during a pizza delivery. I'm talking choking niggas out, slamming them into walls, piping them like some plumbing. Hey, yo, pause. While in the city, they ended up running into a brother and his brother while trying to escape the looters. They would have normally just been another teardrop under Joel's eye. But see, the homie Henry mentioned that he had a supply house outside the city. So player 2 had to join the arena. It didn't take long before they had to get a whole GTA 4 APC tank on this nigga just to try and slow them down. But see, Joel is a dog level combatant. That ain't do shit to a real one. Nigga spun the block with Henry and went crazy. Even Ellie was out there catching bodies. Together, the group fought through the sewers and ran up through their trap house. They got on their sniper and bodied their entire group. He even killed the nigga in the APC because for some reason he thought it would make sense to stop shooting at them from the highly protected bulletproof truck of death and open the hatch and try and throw a Molotov while there was a sniper shooting at the truck. Like, bro, how dumb can you be? Like, Naughty Dog, like, why is this the second time your plot has come into question this video? Why couldn't we just shoot? Why couldn't we just have him? But I asked this question knowing that it was all for the plot, because the explosion of the Molotov and the truck brought a bunch of infected to the area. Normally, this wouldn't be a problem, but Joel, Ellie, and Henry were on babysitting duty, and the kid got bit up during the fight. I know that this is a pretty sad reveal, but honestly, this kid was wildin'. Nigga, you are in a post-apocalyptic world. Put that fucking Power Rangers, Gundam, Autobots transform and roll out looking ass toy down, nigga. Ain't nobody got time for that. There's a fucking minigun APC outside trying to kill us. There is no reason he should be this childish. He grew up in the same world that Ellie grew up in, right? But unfortunately, the pressure of his brother dying to his own hands drove Henry over the brink. And I'm not gonna show what happened, but he did not, in fact, go out like a dog. However, because his last act was something most of us would never be able to do, we still gonna roll up a spliff for the homie Henry. Hope you driving that Harley in the afterlife, my boy.
This isn't just any regular motorcycle, okay? You get on that bad boy, you feel that engine? Nothing like it.
Oh, yeah? How would you know?
Seen it in my dreams.
Okay.
It doesn't take much longer to finally get to Tommy's new crib and meet his new wife, Maria. The two catch up the only way they know how, dog fighting. And he gives Joel a brand new horse for him to continue his trip to the Fireflies with. They search a university that the Fireflies have supposedly been working out of, only to find a whole lot of infected and some random grunt dudes. See, but that ain't mean shit to a dog like Joel. He was still out there getting choked to death. And oh shit, wait, hold on. Wait, who put that metal there? Wait, nah. They got my man Joel all types of fucked up. Lil J Ellie gonna have to take over cause Joel finna see the Lord. Big homie out here hallucinating. But see, Ellie was putting in work. She ain't finna just let Joel die for nothing. She was catching bodies left and right, really proving she true to the streets. But even then, the OG was dying so quick, he passed out on a ride back to the crib. Slime Ellie gonna have to take over while Joel heals up. They say time heals all wounds. But considering Slime Ellie is the playable character in this section, I think somebody was lying. However, that don't mean it's a problem, cause Lil Jit was out here hitting deer like a real one. She hawked it down like she was Katniss Everdeen or some shit. However, some people found the body first and tried to negotiate. Negotiate with who? Slime Ellie learned from the best. She hit these niggas with the worst trade deal of the century, and they couldn't do shit because she was holding all the cards. She even stole this Herbert the pervert sounding ass nigga's rifle, and for good reason. Mama always told me never trust a nigga with no snow on his body in a snowy area. And mama was definitely right, cause whole time I'm thinking we bonding and establishing a cordial relationship. He thinking about getting it back in blood. See, apparently this guy is actually the leader of those bozos who tried to ambush Joel and Ellie in the university. So he takes Ellie hostage and gives her an ultimatum. Snitch on the gang about Joel and become his shorty, or get chopped up into little pieces and get eaten. First of all, hey yo nigga, what? Second of all, ain't no gunners out here. You must have got it twisted like a pretzel, my boy. Slime Ellie ain't never switching up on the gang. So she did the coldest thing I ever seen her do. She played along like she was sweet. Then she broke this nigga's hand on some savage shit. She even almost took the keys to slide up out of there. Ellie really proving herself today, my nigga. We might have to give her a promotion. Whole time, while this is happening, big homie Joel finally wake up from his beauty sleep and is ready to start spreading cheeks. So he get to shooting and ends up getting cornered by two guys. That ain't nearly enough to stop a dog like Joel. He bodies both them niggas and kidnaps them. Here we get to see Joel employ the newest tactic in the interrogation handbook. This tactic was introduced by none other than Batman himself. The idea is to beat the everlasting shit out of one of the interrogatees, showing him that you care very little for their suffering. He then flips to Article 782, where he uses a sharp instrument to increase intense pain. However, the dog quickly goes off script, pulling up behind the interrogatee and violently choking him to death? I see. He is now planning to use the fear caused by the other to... What? Is he just... Oh, Lord Jesus.
That's all right. I believe it.
No, wait!
Meanwhile, somewhere not even that far away, Ellie escapes from her prison by chopping somebody in the neck with a meat cleaver. She sneaks through their little village, cutting niggas up left and right. But just as she's about to escape, she comes face to face with Herbert the pervert himself. And now she has no chance but to prove herself against a big homie. A man who was out here in these streets for real, punching out zombies better than Joel. She put the moves on this man, dodging and ducking, but he's just too strong for her. Even after spinning the block on his ass 3 times, she still can't quite put him down. And he begins to choke her out. But in her last moments, in her final seconds, she hears the sound of the Hood Nigga National Anthem. And she summons the power of Bobby Shmurda himself, becoming the next member of the Dog Pound. She pulls a machete and gets the chopping. The adrenaline was just too much for a little girl. All that dog activity sent her straight past Mongecko and right to Renegon. She couldn't even stop the chopping his ass up until Joel came in and calmed her down. But once a dog, always a dog. Unless you snitch, of course. So Ellie was now a real one. After a long and tireless journey, our two heroes barely make it to the hospital and get separated by the fireflies.
She's all right.
They then tell Joel that Ellie will likely have to die so that they can make a vaccine. And Joel is heartbroken. But seeing that the world is at stake and is more important than any relationship they may have made, he takes one final look at Ellie before heading back out to Jackson to live with his brother.
Psych!
These niggas got Joel fucked all the way up. They told him they was gonna kill her regardless to make a vaccine, and he was finna be escorted off the premises immediately. So you know what a dog did? Nah. You know what an absolute menace like Joel did. He flipped the script on their bitch ass and got the shooting. Now here we have another look at the expert and said, oh, okay, he is already shot. Oh, Lord.
Where? Top floor, the far end.
He is just full. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. I'm completely stunned. These fireflies had absolutely no chance. Joel came up with the chopper and lit these niggas up like 4th of July. Not to mention Joel had an entire armory in his backpack. It was to the point where Joel was probably just plotting out how he was gonna kill niggas. Some people got gunned down, some people got mollywopped, some got the shotty to the body. Shit was not pretty. And it only got worse. Once Joel hit the actual surgery room, the head surgeon hoped to stand his ground and hold firm. But see, a dog like Joel had other plans. He popped both of the other surgeons before taking out his backpack and looking for the right weapon. This nigga Joel put up one of his fingers like he was walking down the aisle in church and started looking for the right weapon for the moment, like he was on a red carpet or some shit. This man is devious. Ain't no way this nigga really just told the doctor, trying to save the world. Hold on real quick. I'm not sure whether or not I want to use the shotty or the flamethrower. And then after taking out the shotty, he reloads an entire magazine on his ass. He stares this nigga dead in his eyes, loading the shotgun he's gonna use to blow his head off. He bodies the final surgeon and escapes with Ellie, only to be stopped at the gate by Queen Firefly herself, Marlene. She gives him the choice, the opportunity to make the right decision, to give Ellie back and just leave. And Joel does the coldest thing a nigga could ever do. Joel shows us why he is an absolute menace to society, the greatest threat to the human race since the creation of TikTok. He shoots Marlene, packs Ellie in the whip, and spins the block to make sure that Ellie don't ever get the chance to come back again. Joel single-handedly dooms humanity to be in this apocalypse for the rest of time. The most vile, evil thing a nigga could have ever done, showing the world that he is an absolute menace. One of the coldest niggas the world has ever seen. But I ask you now, knowing all that Joel had seen, knowing all that he had to do, knowing the bond that he made, I ask you, was Joel really wrong?